In today's video, we will discuss the top 5 scariest places in the world. Please remember, the perception of what constitutes the top 5 scariest places can vary greatly from person to person, and these videos are not ranked by their numbers. So here are 5 places that are often considered among the scariest in the world due to their histories, legends, and eerie atmospheres. Number 1. Chernobyl Exclusion Zone, Ukraine. The Chernobyl Exclusion Zone is considered dangerous due to the lingering effects of the catastrophic nuclear disaster that occurred at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant in 1986. Several factors contribute to the ongoing hazards within the exclusion zone. Radiation. The most significant danger is the radioactive contamination that resulted from the explosion and meltdown of reactor number 4. This released a large amount of radioactive material into the environment, including cesium, strontium, and plutonium isotopes. These radioactive particles have settled into the soil, vegetation, and buildings, posing a long-term threat to human health. Long half-lives. Many of the radioactive isotopes released during the Chernobyl disaster have long half-lives, which means they remain hazardous for a very long time. Some isotopes will continue emitting radiation for centuries, making it unsafe for people to inhabit the area. Radioactive hotspots. The contamination is not evenly distributed, and certain areas within the exclusion zone have higher levels of radiation, often referred to as hotspots. These hotspots can pose significant health risks to anyone who enters them. Unstable infrastructure. The buildings and structures within the exclusion zone, including the remains of the reactor, are deteriorating over time due to exposure to the elements and radiation. This poses risks of collapse and the potential for releasing additional radioactive particles. Wildlife and ecosystems. While the human population was evacuated, wildlife has returned to the area. While this might seem positive, these animals can carry radioactive contamination in their bodies and migrate to other regions, potentially spreading radiation. Poveglia Island in Italy is considered a scary and dangerous place due to the following reasons. Haunted history. During times of plague outbreaks in Venice, Poveglia Island was used as a quarantine station to isolate and contain those afflicted with contagious diseases, such as the bubonic plague. Infected individuals were forcibly taken to the island to prevent the spread of the disease to the mainland. The harsh conditions, lack of proper medical care, and overcrowding on the island led to a high mortality rate among those quarantined there. Abandoned asylum. The abandoned asylum's decaying buildings and the stories of its disturbing past add to the island's frightening atmosphere. Burial ground. It is rumored that the soil of Poveglia Island contains the remains of countless plague victims, and some locals believe that restless spirits haunt the area. The presence of a burial ground contributes to the island's reputation as a place of death and supernatural activity. Isolation. Poveglia Island is relatively isolated and abandoned, with restricted access. Its remote location and the sense of being cut off from the mainland add to its aura of desolation and danger. Aokigahara Forest. Aokigahara's high suicide rate has led to its reputation as a place where people take their own lives, contributing to a tragic and unsettling aura. Isolation and density. The dense vegetation and tightly packed trees create an isolating and disorienting environment, enhancing feelings of unease. Legends and stories. Aokigahara's association with supernatural tales and ghosts in Japanese culture adds to the mystique and fear surrounding the forest. Physical appearance. The forest's unique, distorted tree growth due to volcanic soil and challenging conditions gives it an otherworldly and unsettling appearance. These factors, combined with its cultural perception and emotional weight, contribute to the forest's reputation as a scary and dangerous location. It's important to approach it with respect and sensitivity, recognizing the impact of its history and context. The Island of the Dolls. Isla de las Muñecas in Mexico is considered a scary and dangerous place due to the following reasons. Creepy atmosphere. The island is covered with hundreds of decomposing and weathered dolls hanging from trees, fences, and buildings. The sight of these disfigured dolls can create a deeply unsettling and eerie atmosphere. Dark legend. The island's origin story involves a man named Don Julian Santana Barrera who believed he was haunted by the spirit of a young girl who had drowned nearby. He started collecting and hanging dolls to appease her spirit, believing they would protect him. The tragic legend and the doll's presence contribute to the island's spooky reputation. Isolation. The island is relatively isolated and can only be accessed by boat. Its remote location and the fact that it's surrounded by canals and swampy terrain can contribute to a sense of being cut off from the outside world, amplifying the eerie feeling. Supernatural beliefs. Many locals and visitors believe that the dolls are possessed by the spirits of the dead and that they come to life at night. These supernatural beliefs further enhance the perception of the island as a place of danger and paranormal activity. Leap Castle in Ireland is considered a scary and dangerous place due to the following reasons. Bloody history. Leap Castle has a history of violence and bloodshed, including being the site of brutal conflicts between rival clans in medieval Ireland. The castle witnessed murders and betrayals, leaving a lingering sense of malevolence in its walls. The Elemental. The castle is said to be haunted by a malevolent entity known as the Elemental. This ghostly presence is believed to be the spirit of a murdered O'Carroll family member who was imprisoned in a hidden dungeon. The Elemental is known for its violent and unsettling behavior. Violent past. Leap Castle's history includes a particularly gruesome incident known as the Bloody Chapel. During a feud between the O'Carroll brothers in the 16th century, one brother killed the other while he was conducting a mass in the castle's chapel. This violent act and the subsequent hauntings contribute to the castle's reputation. Supernatural phenomena. Visitors and paranormal investigators have reported experiencing strange occurrences, including unexplained noises, cold spots, apparitions, and feelings of unease. These reported supernatural phenomena contribute to the castle's reputation as a haunted and dangerous place. Dark stories. The castle's reputation for being haunted and dangerous has been further amplified by the stories and legends associated with it. Tales of the Elemental, the Bloody Chapel, and other unsettling events have contributed to the castle's eerie image.
Yeah.